Hello survivors, welcome to another Soulstone Survivor video. In today's video we are on a brand new save. We've played a couple of hours on this. As you can see, if we take a look at our thing, we've got tier 7 Caves of Delzog and the Scorching Valley. I did need Caves of Delzog because I wanted the Void Essence. I needed to get my weapon up to get my artifact power. Unfortunately, as I'm playing this, it turns out I really don't actually need it because our Ascension is good enough, and there are other things or other ways to get dazed, like if you have your Elementalist leveled up, you need to have your Elementalist and also get him to level, not level anything, you need to finish around under 12 minutes with him, and that leads us to the ruins. We've got Skill Mastery Electric, we've got Core Lightning and Lightning Beam, which is going to give us dazed and then damage done based on dazed for Core Lightning. We've got Weapon Expert and then Reroll Mastery. We're running Recklessness, Multicast Mastery, Dash Mastery, and Sure-Footed. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't going to be a perfect guard. You can use other characters. This is just going to be something that makes it a lot easier for you because the Pyromancer is very, very strong in the Unholy Cathedral. Now, the way the Unholy Cathedral works is we have to defeat 4 challenges to face off against the Heretic. All your powers and skills are removed after each challenge. They are removed and you cannot get them again. So all active skills are banished for the rest of the match and cannot be picked up again. So what that means is if I take Core Lightning at the second round or the second challenge, the third and fourth challenge, I will not find Core Lightning ever again. So you do have to be careful with your picks, but I am going to show you, a zero run with the Pyromancer for starting players who want to unlock the Cursed Captain, and we're going to see how it gets. And then you can see that each ritual is harder than the last, but also provides greater rewards. What they mean is if you go on to like Heresy +1 or +20 or whatever the case may be, you keep getting increased amount of Soulstones and prestige for it. So let's go straight into it, have a look at it. Like I mentioned, it's not like the perfect guard. We do have our Pyromancer at quite a high or decent level, so some of our skill tree is there and available, so you do want to actually have quite a decent amount of time before you're able to do the Heresy. It just makes things a lot easier. It's not impossible without it, but you do want your life to be easier. So the more you've invested into the character, the easier it's going to be to do this. Some other really good characters to play with would be the the Houndmaster, just because of some of his skills. The Legionnaire, because of his Ascension, is very good. The Pyromancer, because of her Ascension, is really, really good. Elementalist, just because of her Ascension and some of the skills that she can get. And probably Barbarian as well, just because Barbarian is completely broken. Like some of the builds you can get on him are going to be busted. But here you go, we've got our Pyromancer. We focus on our Ascension with the Pyromancer just because it is completely busted. And then we're going to focus on, we can at least crit everything. We're going to keep this one for next round. And we're going to go, we don't need crit chance, we don't need block, we don't need armor. Life is very nice to have because we don't actually have a lot of life. And over here we can grab some other things. We'll keep this for the third round, keep that for the third round. These two are for the second round. We can just grab some other weird and wonderful things that we might not use. Multicast is good. Conflagrate we can grab because it's trash and we want to get it out of the way now. And that's the way that you work it. You're like, okay, well that's a terrible skill. Let me use it right now in the beginning so that we don't get to have to struggle further on. So rather struggle on the very first round, which will be the easiest round. And then when the next set of rounds come, you're going to have a much better, easier time because you're going to have stronger skills. So that's the way it works. That's what we're hoping for. We can grab ourselves Bloodlust there. It doesn't really matter. We're not going to use it. And we're just going to grab Laugh, grab the burning damage, or, increased chance to burn the enemy. All right, now we're just waiting for our Ascension to pop up. It has over there. So now we grab it again. And we just got to go and plaster the boss with our Ascension. The ascension is open, that's fine. Do should still have shattered from the ascension for a little bit, and that means that they are going to be a little bit weaker, so we can kill them a bit faster. And there we go, first run done in 2 minutes. Now we lose all of these skills, which is fine because most of them were rubbish, and that doesn't matter. For this, they're not rubbish skills, they're rubbish for this. Please don't get me wrong over there. Now we're going to reroll. We're going to grab the laugh for the very beginning. We could grab armor and laugh. Nah. But the first one we're going to grab is laugh. Laugh is very good for us. We're then going to grab core lightning. We can grab chaos golem. Lightning beam is very good. Lightning bolt. We can have death claw. Lightning strike. Yeah, that's cool. We got a lot of electrified going off over now. We got dazed from the lightning beam. We've got dazed from our artifact power, and that's going to power up our core lightning. And we should be able to do this one a little bit faster now as well because of that. So let's see how quickly we can kill the boss. Yep, that's pretty good damage from the core lightning. Not going to lie. And then you can see Chaos Golem kind of keeps the other bosses at bay because it does have taunt. So we don't have to worry too much about that one. Our Ascension's destroying the boss as well. There we go. And we can just freely attack these guys. Look at that. Easy second round. Easiest round you will ever see actually. And all just because we took a skill mastery from the Elementalist for electric. And then we do have reroll mastery. As you can see, I haven't really been using it much. That's much of a muchness. We don't need burning. We can go for damage. Area of effect is fine. Grab these. Cast frequency is very important. We actually don't need magnetics because we don't keep them. Like we read in the very beginning, you do lose all of your actives and passives. So there's no point in stacking magnet if it's not gonna, get used. And then also the amount of levels you get is more than enough in this. You don't have to worry about it. So the fact that we get so many levels while we're playing, we don't have to focus on getting levels. It's not like when you're playing with the Overlord cycles and you want to get to like level 400, 500 for more skills than that. This one you get to a certain level and then you're on to the next round already. So got to take it that way. Also, we aren't close enough. These two are actually very troublesome bosses. So it's not that we don't do enough damage. It's just the bosses that we're fighting are actually quite terrible to fight against. So we need to just be careful against these two. Along with all of the tentacles that seem to be spawning along with them. And then next round we grab Meteor Shower because that is a burn stacking skill. And then for the final round we grab Doom and the Shadow Spark, which is available on us, and that's going to deal the most amount of damage that you'll see the entire round to the boss, and we should be a-okay. Alright, so we've got the Ice Incarnation, a pretty easy boss to deal with, as well as the Fire Incarnation. So our last two bosses for this cycle or this round are actually pretty easy, which is good for us. Because the less we have to move around, the easier we can kill them. Having more cast frequency and more upgrades to your actual weapon level also makes a really big difference in this game. So the more you're able to kill things, the faster you're able to kill things, and all that kind of juicy stuff, so having yourself higher levels increases the base stats of your character, which means that you don't have to worry about levels as much. You're able to fight things a lot faster. Your skills are going to be doing more damage. You're going to be moving faster depending on the weapon. You could get movement speed from them, whatever the case may be. Area of effect, just the base stat of that. Also, by having more in your skill tree means it's going to be a lot easier as well. So these are things that make a big difference. Now we're going to, focus on burn damage. We're going to grab cast frequency if possible. Let's see what happens. We've got a lot of rerolls. Cast frequency or damage. I think we can go with cast frequency first. So now we're going flamethrower, firebolt, meteor is good. We can grab a Chain Lightning, that would actually be fine. There's Meteor Shower, and then we're going to keep Lightning Surge for the very end. So for this one, we can grab Arcane Beam. We're not going to need it for the end. Alright, who's going to be the first boss to spawn that we're going to have to focus on? This guy. I've lost my cursor. You can make your cursor any size you want, by the way. I just prefer it not to be in the way. A lot of the time I don't actually use manual aim, so my cursor is not really a problem. That's why I make it smaller. But in this case, maybe making it bigger so you can actually see where it is could be a good thing. It might be a little bit helpful. He's nearly dead. You have 10 level ups. So for this one, we can grab as much fire as possible. I'm not even worried about the crit for those skills, so we're not going to get it. Again, not worried about the crit for them. So movement speed, cast frequencies are beautiful. All burn stacked means that we're going to be doing more damage with our Meteor Shower. So the more burn we can apply, the more damage we're going to be dealing. So that's really good for us. And then for our next round, it's going to be the more doom we apply. So whenever we see those doom upgrades, if we don't have anything better, we will grab them. But we should be able to apply so much doom that that's actually not going to be too much of a problem. And then this guy, we're just going to go closer to him because that's going to make it harder for him to actually hit us with his laser beam. And now we get the flamethrower on us, so we're going to move closer to him. Make sure we stay out of the way of that. He's now dead, so that's really good. And where is the next boss? He's standing over here. We do have the Plague Bearer as well on us. That's going to be fun. Grabbing this. Here we go. Come on. See, center of attention could be pretty good over here, but I don't think it's actually going to be that helpful, or at least it's not going to help us that much. Grabbing all of the burn, very, very good. Grabbing that so we can have more, more of our ascension up sooner or more often. Grabbing multicast is also going to be really good. Any little bit of multicast increases the actual chance to multicast, which is very, very good. Even if it's 5% chance, that's 5% we didn't have. So you do want to grab it if possible. I just don't see Meteor Shower just isn't popping off like it's supposed to. So I don't know, maybe grabbing yourself the center of attention might make it easier, but I don't think it's necessary. We aren't low life. I think that's going to be there for more of the final boss. But there we go. We finished the round. We're on the final round now. I don't think the final round will take very long. We're going to have quite a lot of damage. Hopefully, we'll see. We could go damage an area of effect here, actually. I'm going to do that. Alright, Magic Missile's good. Shadow Orb, great. Lightning, Shadow Spark, Shadow Bolt. And last one, Void. Void is actually really good here because it's going to pull enemies away from you against when you're fighting the final boss in his second phase. So when you've got that going, you're going to have a lot of survivability because you're not going to have the enemies on top of you. They are going to be pulled away using or via Void, which is actually very, very good for us. And then we can grab Potency on Lightning Surge. It's not really necessary, but if you do want to grab it, you can. Damage is good. Cast frequency is a must. You do want to get it below 10 seconds. Grab the Doom damage. Oof, that's so good. That was a really good level up over there for us. Okay, she's dead. He's going to be dead very soon. There we go. There we go. Dazed makes a really big difference to your build. So I think our third round could have been a lot better if I focused on, you know, maybe different skills would have been a little bit better for us. But it is what it is. Like I said in the very beginning, this isn't the perfect guide. It's just, you know, how I do it, just so that I know I have the damage and everything like that. So definitely makes things a lot easier than struggling, not knowing what you're doing or whatever the case may be. So at least you got the framework going. Okay, increased damage to these. It doesn't really matter, so we don't need that. I'm actually going to banish it. Multicast works, critical strikes, apply Doom, multicast for Doom, area of effect for Doom. I will be taking all of these Doom effects. That looks fantastic for us. He should die very soon. Both of them actually. Not necessarily to Doom, but they will die very soon. Come on, there we go. One more boss, which is really good, really easy. And look at her life go down. There we go. So now we're on the final boss. We still got our ascension. Unfortunately, it does drain while you're waiting for the animation. Would be really nice if it paused, but unfortunately it won't. It's just not how it is. But that would have been really cool if it did, and been really helpful. But there we go. We even got another level up over there. We'll grab the cast frequency. And then we've got Matthias the Heretic. And now all we do is we focus on the target over here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to roll around him like so. Every time he attacks, we just run to the back of him. And you can see the damage we're dealing to him is substantial. So you just got to run around him, run to the behind him, sorry. And there we go. He's already phased to his second phase. And now this will be even quicker. Potency increase, cast frequency, and like I mentioned, we do have our void, which is going to pull enemies either to him or away from us, or whatever the case may be, and that's going to make it a lot easier for us to kill him quicker, because the only thing we have to worry about is the tentacles. Everything else is going to get pulled in by our void, and that's going to cause him to be focused, or, you know, easier for us to kill them and him. So here we go. We don't even need to use our ascension, although it is there and available for us to use, so we might as well. And wham bam, done. 11 minutes and 17 seconds. I've already completed this before, but I wanted to show you guys just how well done. So, you know, obviously I've got to confirm that we can do it under the circumstances. So there we go. We don't see the achievement, but that would have unlocked the Cursed Captain for you. And there you go. Shadow Spike dealing 47 million damage. So definitely dealt a lot more damage than we could have got from Draconic Flame. Otherwise, Draconic Flame also deals quite a lot of damage there. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.